Look, we might as well jump straight into it. So, I've invited you to chat today because the new and debut Fimbul Winter EP, What Once Was, has landed in as my top EP pick for 2025. So I thought it'd be really good to have you guys on and have a little bit of a chat and explore it. So thank you so much for making some time and jumping on.
Absolutely, and that's awesome to hear.
So
Well,
I
thank
have
you very much.
so I have seen a little bit about the formation of the band online and kind of stemming from that revisit of the 1994 Amon Amarth demo, The Arrival of Fimbul Winter, which you kind of did for a 50th birthday, I understand. But do you guys want to tell me a little bit more about that and how this project kind of came about?
Well, yeah, that was absolutely. It started just as the birthday party for Nico, and I think we just realized that we had some ideas, we had old riffs that we could use, and we enjoyed playing together. So we just figured we'd give it a shot and try some original material.
Yep. Lots of creativity to get out and put together. And I guess you guys had a lot of fun doing that together and it kind of sparked that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think I was a bit skeptical in the beginning, but then I went through like my phone and old riffs, and I found that a lot of those riffs that I haven't used or listened to in years, that they would actually fit very well for this project.
Yeah, nice. And I have to ask, how did you guys get connected with Clint all the way in Australia? I'm really
Uh, I've
curious.
known I've known Clint for 20 years at
Yep.
least. And he was invited to this birthday party. He's an old friend of Nico as well. It was just natural. I know he's a great singer.
Yeah.
I know he's a huge fan of Amon Amarth. So having him in the original project where we played the demo, that was a given. And obviously we want to keep him for the future materials as well.
Yeah, awesome. No, I think it's great. It's we're so far away. It's a very different landscape in Australia, but
Yeah,
yeah, agree. Clint's vocals are mint, so really good project, I think, to have Clint on for.
absolutely.
And thank you for those nice words. Um, it's an absolute honor to be a part of it for sure. You know, these guys were my idols growing up, so it is kind of cool to be in a band with them and making the music that I've always wanted to do. You know, that early old early melodic death metal, and I guess that was the other reason that that we did want to continue doing something, is because there seems to be a lack of that kind of music nowadays, and we wanted to to bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that's great. What was that 50th like as well for you guys? And Clint, I don't know, have you played many shows internationally?
Oh, the 50th was no. So we played a show the night before. Was it the night before, Fred?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was on Thursday or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did do like a smaller show the night before, so that was literally the first time I've ever played overseas.
Yeah.
And then there was the 50th, which was good because it was literally just the people that Nico knew, and
Yeah.
uh that I met a lot of really cool people, and now I'm mates with them, so that's really nice. And then last year, was it last year? Close up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So then we were invited to play on the boat between Sweden and Estonia
Yeah.
on the cruise, which was cool. So we went back for that, and then and then next year we have some shows locked in,
Yep.
some proper festivals, which would be really cool. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, nice. And I'm also interested, Fred, because a lot of your music career has been based around the drumming, including in Amon Amarth. But
mm,
you clearly have skills across a range of different instruments and
Hmm.
have used that in a couple of your projects. But particularly, you've taken on guitar now in Fimbul Winter. How are you enjoying having that focus on guitar and that kind of shift to that as your primary instrument?
It's been fun actually. I mean, I originally I started out playing guitar in my first band Constellation,
Yep.
and that lasted for a few years, and then I switched over to drums. But I've always kind of I've obviously written materials but I've never really practiced guitar playing. So
Yep.
and it was kind of fun to look into actually become a better guitar player. So that's something I'm enjoying, and it's obvious it's easier to practice it because you can just pick up the guitar at home. You don't have
Yep.
to go to rehearsal place. So it's the obstacle of the uh, all the planning that it involves playing drums is you overcome that really easily. So that makes it a much more easier instrument to practice basically.
Yep.
And I don't know, I feel, and I noticed that because I practice my left hand, that actually improved the speed on my drumming on the left hand as well. So
Okay.
it's improved in both ways simultaneously. Yeah. So
That's
it's pretty
awesome.
cool. But yeah,
Yeah, some clear advantages, but some that were maybe unexpected.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I guess what has the writing and recording process been like for everyone? Also considering that change in instrumentation and also working with a vocalist on the other side of the world, what has that all been like?
Well, writing the material, it's super easy actually because I just record the riffs that I have, and Nico has recorded the riffs that he has,
Yep.
and we just compile it into a folder and then send it to Anders, and he has basically done the majority of the songs, like basically finished demos, and we worked off of that, and then I think then just when we started working with the vocals and when the songs actually started to take form,
Mm.
I think that's when I noticed that we need to rework a couple of things. So I tweaked some of the stuff that Anders did, and but that's it. It was just we had basically finished songs from Anders and just tweaked it a little bit for the studio and for the to fit the vocals
Yep.
better. So yeah, it's really easy to work in this constellation in every way, which is also good because the more obstacles you have, the more or the less probable it is that you want to continue work with it. So it's
Yep.
been really good in that way.
Yep. It's got to stay fun, right? What
Yeah.
about for you, Clint? And did you do the recordings here in Australia, or did you guys do any sort of combined stuff and, travel over or anything?
Unfortunately,
Uh,
not for this. Yeah, he recorded the. Yeah, I'll let him speak, but we recorded the instruments here in Sweden.
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, all the instruments were done in Sweden. Yeah, I just wanted to say Anders is an absolute freak when it comes to coming up with songs, and the speed that he comes up with them is insane.
Yeah.
Anyway, side note, yeah, all the instruments, yeah, were done in Sweden. I did the vocals literally with Sean from In Malice's Wake.
Yep.
He come and recorded all of them, and I think he did an incredible job. And then yeah, that was just over a couple of days, and then yeah, sent over to Marco in Sweden to yeah mix and master the whole thing. So, but
Nice.
from now on, mate, in the future, it looks like that I will probably head over and record the vocals. Just to do it all as a band thing, which
Yep.
I think will be a much better end result as well.
Yeah. Like I think you guys have done incredibly well and working within that need to be able to do that separately. And I think it's come out amazing. But yeah, if you are able to do that all together and can do even better, then watch out because it's already fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
well, absolutely have to do that for the next for a full length album. Absolutely, I think we have
Yeah.
some ideas for maybe a couple of singles, and that might not. We will do it in the same way with the distant recording. But for the full length, absolutely, we'll get you over here and and get the atmosphere in it as well.
Yeah.
For sure. Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Plus, then I get to go to Sweden. So
yeah,
exactly.
Sweden. So I'm
and you can get some more inspiration
nice
for the songs and what you're going to put into it, right?
Yeah, get a quick Swedish accent for it as well, which would be nice.
Nice. Yeah. Is there like a bogan equivalent in Sweden, like of an Australian bogan?
A what?
How do you explain this?
So in Australia, we'll refer to some people as bogans, and they're usually just like super extra Aussie people. Their accents are usually stronger than others, and they'll use as much Aussie slang as they can, probably swear their asses off too. And I feel like most countries have an equivalent, but does Sweden have an equivalent to a bogan?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think so.
Clint will have to do some research when he's there. He'll figure out what it is.
Definitely.
I mean, it's maybe more in the 60s, 70s. There was a Stockholm slang that was used that was very thick, but no one speaks like that anymore. So it's not. Now it's more the kids. They have found their own slang, which is something completely different.
Same here as well. Same here.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty universal experience.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything in particular that you'd like to share about What Once Was, whether that's like the themes, lyrically, musically, what you're wanting to present with this release? What would you like to share about it?
Fred?
It's an open question to everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't really have a plan. It wasn't like we had a particular goal. We just, like I said, we just had a bunch of riffs. Most of the riffs that I had were written like years ago, and I just dug them out on my phone and sent it over to Anders, and he put together the song, and he added his riffs. Obviously, I think probably his writing is like 60% of all the material, and then maybe I'm 30%, and then Nico 10, 20%, something like that. But there wasn't a specific idea. It was just when the first couple of songs that he put together. I think the first song he put together, we were like, yes, this is the music we wanted. This is what we've been missing. This is the sound that we're missing. This is what we want to do. And then it kind of just for every song that came out, it just I think he just improved that style more and more, and we just every song just got better and better. And also with the new material that we're hearing now, I think with the new material we are finding a little bit maybe our own identity within this. In the beginning, it was maybe just not copying, but it was still coming off the idea that we were playing old school Amon Amarth songs. And I think we're moving away from that more and more and finding our own identity within that genre. It's not going to be a huge difference, but it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah. Nice.
And I think with the lyrics, Clint just came up with awesome lyrics, and we didn't have a specific theme for that either. And I think usually with artists, and it comes with album covers and stuff like that as well, to let the people who know what they're doing do what they want to do, and it will be the best. It's usually it can become weird if you try to get too much input on stuff.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to stifle someone else's creativity in that process.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And what about
Too
for you,
many cooks
Clint?
spoil. Too many cooks spoil the broth, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lyrically, like basically what Fred was saying is that there wasn't anything specific, so we didn't want to go down the same path. What I might do with the whole Norse Viking thing. Wanted
Yeah.
to
Yeah. I guess
be separate
that's the
from
only thing
that.
that we decided we were not gonna do.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So which is 100% was fine with me. But yeah, there's no actual real theme with everything that we do. It's just yeah, real world kind of stuff. To do with loss and
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff. So, and in the future, yeah, future lyrics, like I have already started writing lyrics for the new stuff. And yeah, it's yeah, it's basically nothing specific
Yep.
really, but
Yep.
yeah.
No, that's fair. But I think you've done a really good job. I think the lyrics um, really line up really well with the music as well. Like they capture a similar vibe.
Hmm.
And it just melds really, really well. But it's been from what I can see, it's been incredibly well received. I'm seeing lots of great reviews coming out online, a lot of people speaking really highly of this release. And I agree, rightly so. How do you guys feel about what you've created and how have you felt about like the feedback that has been coming through so far?
You start, Clint.
Uh, yeah. I'm okay. Well, personally, I'm very happy. Yeah, as you said, there's been definitely a lot of very positive feedback. We've been nominated, like yourself, for album or EP of the year, which is the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. So it definitely puts a smile on my face.
Munitions made it close to my top.
Yes,
Was it last year or year before? Which
would
last
have
year?
probably year before, yeah. But thank you. Yeah. No, I think we've been very very happy across the board. It's been definitely well above board, which is awesome. And because of it, we are getting offers now and for certain things, which is great.
Yep.
But we just got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and yeah, let's see where it takes us.
Yeah, nice.
And
Yeah.
Fred,
I mean, I think it's a little bit hard releasing an EP. I found, and we noticed. I didn't think about that. I mean, we decided to release an EP because we just wanted to test the waters,
Yep.
and we didn't want to really put the work and energy to put together a full-length album on
Mm.
in case it wouldn't come out. I mean, we didn't know how it would come out, so
Yep.
we figured we try with a couple of songs. I think we decided on 4 or 5 songs. And so, but in hindsight, maybe it would have been better to release a full-length album. I found that a lot of people thought that an EP was too little to make a judgment. I found a couple of and also a bunch of reviews saying it lacks diversity, maybe, and because it's so confined in just a few songs.
Yep.
And yeah, that's understandable. I can see that point of view, even if I maybe not don't really agree, because I think all the songs are kind of different in a
Yep.
way from each other. But I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, so that's fine. But yeah, I think and also it's been hard to reach out. Actually, I thought it would be a lot easier. I think I expected maybe a little bit more reviews, but as long as the ones that come in are mainly good, I think that's okay.
Yep. I think we've got a very oversaturated market. So I don't know. I don't know how much those things have changed, but I feel like there's so much coming out all the time that it's harder for people to get those things into the spotlight where they are getting those reviews and they are getting that attention. But I've seen heaps of stuff coming across, unless that's just my algorithm. But I've seen heaps of stuff coming across for Fimbul Winter and in some of the kind of bigger websites and stuff in terms of heavy metal. And obviously there was that pool of Amon Amarth members getting together for that project that helps kind of at least kick things off, but maybe it just will take that little bit longer and that first EP to kind of get a little bit more coming in from there. Yeah, I don't. I think the EP was really good, and I think the length was good. I mean, Nails released their full length album last year that was shorter than your EP, so I think the length was great, and I think there was quite a bit of variation across the different tracks, and I think that is one of the reasons it stood out. But like you said, everyone's entitled to their opinion, and they're all going to find different things interesting.
I think it also depends on how you listen to music. I've kind of fairly sure that a couple of reviewers they put it on and they're doing other things and they just like listen in the background to it once, and then obviously every time you focus it's the same kind of and you don't get like the details of the song. I mean, I read some reviews that were referring to us as a Viking band, and I mean then they obviously haven't looked into any of the story or anything. They just assume it's Amon Amarth, that's Vikings.
They're holding on to bias from the origins.
Yes.
Yeah. I also wonder how many times, like some reviewers, whether they listen to it through the proper outlets and they're actually listening to it through the press releases they get and the proper quality files, or if people are waiting and then listening to it through like Spotify or streaming services that we know compress it and aren't going to sound as good. And I don't think they should be doing reviews if that's the only way they've listened to it. Sometimes they're not going to get.
I read one review that one guy said that the sound and the mix was horrible because it was uneven and unclear, and I was like, what have you been listening to?
Yeah, compressed version for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I'm guessing he listened to it in his car on the freeway or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I have I'll listen to heaps of stuff when I'm in the car, and I know you're never getting the full picture because there's so much noise coming in. And then I'll go and I'll listen to something either at home on a stereo, or I particularly love when I do listen to stuff at the radio station and I've got it playing through the speakers there because it's coming from higher quality files and it's through really good speakers, and I'm just like, this is so good, and you can hear just everything. That's the way it should be heard. But
yeah, no, most people, I guess, they just listen to their phone speakers and it is what it is.
Yeah.
So maybe everyone who buys the album, we should just send them a proper stereo system.
Free stereo system with purchase.
Yeah.
Look, those people probably are already listening to it in a good way if they've bought it, but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, that's true.
But look, now it's time to, you were talking about going and touring and playing stuff live more. What sort of shows do you have planned in the new year?
Well, so far it's only a few festivals. We have to kind of compress the schedule, obviously, for Clint, for coming over here to Europe. I mean, so we've declined a few offers because it doesn't fit in the schedule, unfortunately. So we just do a few select shows to begin with. I don't know. It's going to be. I don't think we're going to keep it kind of down to earth and just. There's not going to be any Viking ships on stage or something like no extravaganza shows. It's going to be 5 guys playing the music we enjoy to play and having fun doing it.
Yeah, what's most important.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Clint, did you mention that there was not a full Fimbul Winter show, but there was another little branch of that happening in Australia.
Yeah. So Nico he'll be over here. I think like in a week or so. So
Yep.
he loves Australia. He comes here. God, I think nearly once a year.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're doing. Well, Munitions is doing a show, and Nico Whitehill's over. Wanted to play a show because he's
nice.
According to him, he's never played overseas before.
Okay.
So I don't know when we're on the boat. I guess we're still in Swedish waters. So he wants to play a show
overseas in the way that you were on top of.
Yeah. So he originally, I think he did want to play some Fimbul Winter songs, but I wasn't really keen on that. So
you want to get
without the full
together.
band, yeah. So then he I think we're just going to play. Basically what Fimbul Winter did for the first show was the 3 songs from the arrival of the Fimbul Winter. So he'll be playing those 3 songs with a few Melbourne crew playing as the backup band at Shot Kickers on January the 10th, which would be cool. So
I'll have to
Nico will be there, and also we will be selling Fimbul Winter merch there, so you don't have to pay your overseas shipping fees or anything like that. So if you do want Fimbul Winter merch, there will be some there to pick up.
Some physical copies of the EP.
And shirts and vinyl and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it should be fun.
Yeah, awesome. I think that'll be really good, and get people talking about it too, and all the locals involved.
Yeah, exactly. It should be good. Unless, Fred, you want to get on a plane?
Yes, absolutely. Are you paying for the flight?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Nice. And look, before we finish up, so being an episode that is kind of themed around the top releases of 2025, I'd love to know, what are some of your top picks for the year? Any standout releases that you've seen across 2025?
Oh, shit.
Shit.
You've been too busy making your own music. That's totally fair if you're not across other stuff.
I haven't prepared. I don't know what I've been listening to lately.
Definitely the new 1914 album for me.
Yep.
So I can't even name the title of it.
I don't remember. I know. Yep. I know I have it written down somewhere. It wasn't in my top, but I remember writing it down, having a bit of a look at it. Don't remember.
God.
I mean, I could Google it, but
no, I'm
I don't know. I don't want to look at my phone. That's rude.
Well, I have mine right in front of me, but
it's fine. I could have sent you this question ahead of time if I was.
Yeah, you should.
Most recently, I actually enjoyed my friends from Riket, a Swedish band. They released a new single.
Okay.
1868 Summer vid Vinterviken, which came with a really cool video that I enjoyed.
Yep.
So I'm gonna plug that, and I'm gonna also plug my friends Internal Decay that re-released their LP that came out originally in 1993.
Nice.
So now it's available in digital and on vinyl. So start with plugging that, and then I think the 1914 one I haven't listened to it that much, but what I heard was pretty good.
It's cool. We get to play with them in the Netherlands, so that would be nice.
Yep.
You're gonna be all fanboy.
Yes, of course.
That was at Into the Grave festival?
Into the Grave. Yeah.
It's actually the only one that is announced so far.
Okay. Yep. Nice.
Otherwise, I don't really. I'm gonna finish with that. So that's I don't have anything
fair.
else.
That's completely fair. I think when you're busy doing all your own stuff and prepping your own music and you've got all your mates doing stuff too, there's not a lot of time to get on top of everything else that's coming out. And as I
Well,
mentioned before, we are oversaturated. So,
yeah,
but look, thank you so much again for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both on. I really appreciate you taking the time.
thank you, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, and cheers for having us in your top EPs for the year and being number one. Yeah,
Yeah, number one in my top EPs. Yep.